point in time, I'd like to call this meeting of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders to order. Please rise for a moment of silence. Dennis, salute to the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Margaret?
Notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante.
Here.
Freeholder Delina. Freeholder Polos. Freeholder Rios.
Here.
Freeholder Tamaro. Freeholder Valenti.
Here.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Here. I believe you have some presentations now.
Yes. The presentation of the 2012 scholarships from the New Jersey Association of Counties Foundation and the Investors Bank Foundation. If the following individuals would please come forward: Omar Ruben Garcia of New Brunswick and Sri Pooley of Edison, but I understand she can't be here, but her father is here.
And Freeholder Carol Barrett Belante will be making the presentations.
Yes.
And I understand the principals.
Yes, we also have Principal Joseph Armstead of the Piscataway campus and Principal Alex Guzman of the Woodbridge Academy. If they would come forward, please, also.
It is a great, great honor, and I know how proud you are of your daughter, and I present you with this award and, of course, some money, which will help.
Thank you.
And Omar, same for you. Oh, we got them mixed up. Congratulations. And congratulations to you. Congratulations again. We always see a lot of you.
That's good.
That's good, right. Why don't we get a group picture? Congratulations again. Good luck to you.
Correspondence.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
I need a motion to accept the correspondence.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Now, we need to deviate from the regular order of business to conduct 3 public hearings. Margaret?
The first is for ordinance number 12-402. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on July 24th, 2012. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held July 19th, 2012.
The clerk will read ordinance number 12-402 by title only.
A loan ordinance of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, approving and authorizing the entering into execution and delivery of a loan and security agreement with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the undertaking of various 2012 capital improvements and the acquisition and installation, as applicable, of various equipment with an estimated cost of $7,430,290. The cost of such improvements and equipment to be financed through the issuance of county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds, Series 2012 of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, August 16th, 2012 at 7 p.m. and authorizing publication thereof.
At this point in time, I'd like to open to the public hearing on ordinance number 12-402. Anyone from the public wishing to comment on that ordinance?
Motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. I need a motion to adopt ordinance number 12-402 on
So-
final reading.
So moved.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes.
Next is ordinance number 12-001. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on July 24th, 2012. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held July 19th, 2012.
Clerk will read ordinance number 12-001 by title only.
An ordinance authorizing the guarantee by the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, of the payment of principal of and interest on the county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds issued by the Middlesex County Improvement Authority in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $15 million, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, August 16, 2012, at 7 p.m., authorizing publication thereof, consenting to such financing, and determining certain other matters in connection therewith.
At this point in time, I'd like to open to the public hearing on ordinance number 12-001. Anyone from the public wishing to comment?
Motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to adopt ordinance number 12-001 on final reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes.
Next is ordinance 12-002. Notice of this public hearing was published in the Home News Tribune on July 24th, 2012. This public hearing was authorized at a meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders held July 19th, 2012.
Clerk will read ordinance number 12-002 by title only.
An ordinance of the County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, approving and authorizing the entering into, execution, and delivery of a lease and agreement with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority for the purchase of vehicles with an estimated cost of $923,733. The cost of such vehicles to be financed through the issuance of county-guaranteed capital equipment and improvement revenue bonds, Series 2012, of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority, and authorizing a public hearing to be held Thursday, August 16, 2012, at 7 p.m., and authorizing publication thereof.
At this point in time, I'd like to open to the public ordinance number 12-002 for public hearing. Anyone from the public wish to comment on that ordinance?
Motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to adopt ordinance number 12-002 on final reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Volante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano.
Yes. Need a motion to resume the regular order of business.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. It's time for reports of freeholders. Freeholder Carol Barrett Volante.
Thank you, Director. On tonight's agenda, Resolution Number 1420 authorizes the purchase and implementation of a new payroll system and human resources software system. This advanced and very flexible system will really enable the county to streamline its payroll and human resources systems. It's going to simplify, I think, everything for the administration and for the benefits management. And ultimately, with this system, it's going to lower our operating costs and save our taxpayers money. Well, came a long way since the first time when I worked for the county, how I did the payroll. I would like to commend and thank Ralph Albanere. Raphael?
Yes.
You did a great job, as always. You're great. The whole team is fabulous. I did get to see Greece, which was a marvelous, marvelous play. It certainly could go on Broadway with all the actors that were there. It was wonderful. We had a great celebration for the 50 years of Plays in the Park. Last Sunday, we had a wonderful Hall of Famer. I don't know what year, but John Sebastian of the Loving Spoonful. It was really great to see. I think there had to be at least 1,000 people out there. 1,400. Wow. And everyone was having a good time. I didn't know there were so many people that were 18 or 19 in 1961. I thought it was just me, but there. No, the amazing thing that all age groups were there, and everyone was having a great time. It was a wonderful concert. But I have to commend you. Every year, it's always wonderful, and you're doing a great job out there. Thank you. And I want to just show everyone the book, if we could see this, that was put out by Ralph for the Plays in the Park, and it shows everything from the beginning, first play, all the way to the end. It's just a wonderful, wonderful book. Anyone who's interested in purchasing it it's only $25, and you can call the Parks Department 732-745-3995, or go up to the department with your $25 and buy the book. It's just a wonderful, wonderful way for everyone to look at how that started from the beginning to the end. And we're all very, very proud of the Plays in the Park. And we thank you very much, Ralph.
Freeholder, I should mention that the book was a difficult effort, and that we had a lot of people that collaborated in the team to put it together. In particular, Stacy Bersani, Anna Ashkenazi, who was a force behind the book, Jackie Neal from our office. So it was really a
Team effort.
real team effort. I can't take all the credit for it.
I knew you would stand up, though, and clarify who the other people were, because you're that kind of guy. But you're the boss there, so I'm going to give you the credit. But you do. Your team is wonderful out there, because, and I urge everyone, what do we have? We have a concert Labor Day, right, to go out and sit underneath the stars and listen to some old good music from the 50s, 60s. Thank you. That's my report.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder H. James Polis.
Thank you, Director. Just to echo Carol's comments, I was at the play as well and often attend them, and it was really a wonderful performance. It really is first class, and you're right, it could be on Broadway, and I'm looking forward to looking at the book. Today I attended this morning at the Fire Academy a wonderful seminar that was put on by our County Office of Emergency Management, the New Jersey Institute for Disability. Some of you remember it formerly as the Cerebral Palsy Association for Middlesex County, and an offshoot from NJID that was funded by federal and state grants called the Alianza Initiative, Emergency Preparedness Initiative. The purpose of the Alianza Group and today's seminar was to ensure that when it comes to those who have access and functional needs, and that's really the phrase that was used today, not those with disabilities, but access and functional needs, that our emergency planning integrates and assumes that there are those that have access and functional needs, and how to make sure that they're incorporated not only within the plan, but also can become a resource to assist in the event of an emergency with resources that they may be able to provide to help others. So it's a really unique opportunity not only to be helped, but to also provide help and empower those who perhaps some might normally not think could be empowered to assist, but certainly to do that in this vein. So it's really a unique opportunity. Today's seminar was a statewide seminar, orchestrated again by those three entities, There were stakeholders there from various organizations, emergency management, senior groups, etc. And they laid out not only the plans and the vision of what's going to be happening this year and into the future years from the state and federal level, but also broke out into some workshops in the afternoon session. And I know John couldn't be here tonight, but hopefully he'll see this and or hear about it. We really have a wonderful emergency management operation. John Ferguson really is, he's kind of one of those silent heroes. He does an excellent job, really runs a fine operation. His reputation precedes him both at the state and federal level. I was sitting today with Jerome Hatfield, Lieutenant Colonel Jerome Hatfield, who is the Bureau Director for Homeland Security for the state and oversees the emergency management operations, and couldn't say more kind words about how our whole emergency management operation, as well as the Region 2 Director from FEMA. So members of the board, we should be very proud of the emergency management operation that Middlesex County has had, continues to have. We really set the tone and a model, I think, for other counties to emulate. And in particular, his sensitivity and the other groups that I mentioned, their sensitivity when it comes to this inclusion issue for those who have access and functional needs. So it's really great that we not only look at these plans in kind of a large, from the 30,000-foot level of, you know, major fire, flood, and blood, as we sometimes, those of us who've been involved in emergency management for years, talk about, but really pare down and peel it down to specific issues, helping various constituencies that could really make the plan that much better, and was certainly evidence of that today. Also received notification, we received our new foam truck that was purchased with some federal dollars. We'll be doing some announcements on that very, very soon in cooperation with the Borough of Carteret. And Saturday, September 22nd, you might want to pencil in, we are tentatively scheduled to hold our first Emergency Services Day. It'll be a countywide initiative where we'll be displaying and showing off some of our emergency service operations and equipment, various departments in public safety, showcasing, if you will, what public safety is all about within our county. Also want to thank Consumer Affairs for their recent efforts having to do with several issues relating to fraud and the notifications information that went out to Bill Deinzer and his group. We appreciate your efforts there in helping our consumers be more protected by the information that you were able to provide through the press and so forth, and through flyers that went out through various organizations. And also compliments to Mickey Gross and our environmental division, recent successes in court having to do with closure of a facility here in the county that was not complying with regulations in violation of various environmental issues. And it was really through good hard work, accurate bookkeeping, so to speak, accurate record keeping, that allowed us to be victorious in court. So, Mickey, to you and your staff, job well done. And that's it, Director. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder. Deputy Director Ron Rios.
Thank you, Director. I would also like to echo the comments by both of my colleagues, Freeholder Polos and Freeholder Barapalante, in reference to the plays in the park. I just think it's Broadway right here in Middlesex County. It's absolutely great performances by all the actors, the singers, the musicians, and all the support staff, all the work that's involved in setting up the stage and rangers, making sure that everything's coordinated. It's really a great team effort by everyone. And I want to say thank you to everyone that's involved in the plays in the park for a job that's certainly well done. On tonight's agenda, as Freeholder Barapalante mentioned, there's some other resolutions there that we're going to be able to revolutionize the way we do business here in Middlesex County, and our technology projects are designed to help county government increase the efficiency and transparency and accountability and participation between government and the residents of our great county. And these resolutions will lead the way for our new county website to make it more effective. Our residents and business people will be able to get information online, easily find relevant and accurate and up-to-date information, and complete common tasks efficiently, and also be able to provide feedback on any issues. I'd also like to report that Stacy Bersani and Khalid Anjum and myself have been going around the county having meetings with various public officials from different towns. We're up to about 5 towns right now, trying to let them know about our new community notification system, and so far we've been successful in trying to get them on board, letting them know how it could be a cost-effective and another shared service that we're able to provide to our different municipalities. And that concludes my report, Director.
Thank you. Freeholder Blanquita Valente.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. I want to say amen to all the praise for Place in the Park. Ralph, you and your staff have always done a wonderful job, but that book is exquisite. So I urge people who want to see it, go purchase it because it's worth every penny of it. Now, as from the Office of Human Services, as of August 1st, 2012, Middlesex County Information and Referral Services, as well as operation of the County Homeless Hotline, are being provided by the NJ 211 Partnership. The NJ New Jersey 211 Partnership has been providing information and referral services for the entire state of New Jersey for the past 7 years, with support from the United Ways of New Jersey. By dialing 211 or clicking on nj211.org, individuals are provided with free and confidential services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The Middlesex County Housing Continuum of Care Committee, in conjunction with Coming Home, has been awarded a grant by the Federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration for SOAR, S-O-A-R, technical assistance. This grant was one of only 9 that were awarded nationwide. SOAR, which stands for SSI/SSDI Outreach, Access and Recovery, is a federally funded program to help improve access for homeless individuals who have a disabling condition applying to Social Security for SSI and SSDI benefits. The SOAR technical assistance will help Middlesex County develop a strategic and collaborative countywide system to engage state and county government, hospitals, health clinics, and nonprofit agencies serving the homeless better to assist these homeless individuals. And from the Office of the County Clerk, the e-filing system that has been established has proven to be very successful for use by attorneys filing county real estate transactions. Since the system became operational in March 2011, through the end of last year, 10,617 documents were e-filed. That number increased dramatically in 2012, with 20,042 documents already being e-filed between January and the end of June. This is a good news story because it has created more efficient and quicker service for the public. And that's the end of my report, Director.
Thank you, Freeholder. Resolutions to be added? There are none, I believe. Resolutions to be amended? There are none. Resolutions to be held? Ben?
As advised at the agenda meeting on Monday, Resolution 12-1510 is to be held, Director.
Thank you. Resolutions to be voided? There are none. At this point in time, I'd like to open up to the public for public discussion on any resolutions that are listed on the agenda only. Any public comment on resolutions?
5 minutes. Thank you. Treasurer Phillips is my timing person. They brought him in, and I wanted to sit closer so I would have more time, but he made me move farther away. So anyway, Roger Daly, 103 Farms Road Circle, East Brunswick, New Jersey, Republican candidate for Freeholder, Freeholder Director and Freeholders. First resolution I'd like to address is 12-1473R, and just really my ongoing objection to the awarding of these professional contracts to companies that have contributed monies to the political action committees, which I am claiming are really circumventing the pay-to-play. So Remington Vernick is scheduled to get $427,000, and they contributed $437,000 actually to the political action funds, which contributed to the Democratic organization and the county. So that's an ongoing objection on my part. The main one that I'm concerned about is the as the appointment is 121410R, which is the appointment of John Polomena as county administrator. My first question that is that he still has a period of time to go before his original appointment is up. I actually came up yesterday and requested the employment contract or the employment agreement, and was advised that that there wasn't any, and I actually was a little surprised about that because I'm not really sure how I'm not really sure how a person is evaluated if there's no real definition about what their job is or what they're supposed to do or what they're going to be held accountable for. So now if I'm missing something here, I'm open to hear from somebody on the board as to why there isn't any definition of what the county administrator, his job responsibilities are.
Sure, I'll answer that.
Sure.
Mr. Daly, first of all, his position is a statutory position.
I understand that.
And he gets appointed by resolution, and we evaluate him. We feel he's done an outstanding job, particularly with the reorganization of our county structure.
When was the last time he had an evaluation, a written evaluation?
I don't believe we have a written evaluation, but he's under our scrutiny every day.
The simple fact is there is no organization that doesn't do written evaluations, or perhaps maybe none other than maybe the Middlesex County Improvement Authority. It seems to me that, and I'm not saying maybe Administrator Pillman is doing a good job. I'm willing to. I don't know that, but I think that the board has a responsibility to do evaluations on a timely basis and give him some direction other than just some kind of informal kind of direction. And it's an important position. Now, I've received the pay structure, which is $150,000 in 2008, then it goes up to $160,607 in 2002. Now, but I'm not sure. And he hasn't been buying his sick days back like Mayor Pucci's doing, and he has no car allowance, and there are no bonuses being paid, which I requested. But I have the budget. I have the budget for 2011, and it's the Department of the Administrator's Department is has $247,000 in salaries. So I'm just wondering, what's the rest of that salary in that department? Because here it says he's making 160, but it says 240. What's the difference there?
Yeah. That includes all the salaries of individuals, including secretary, clerical support, my business manager. That's all included in that budget number. So that's just my salary.
Well, I guess what confused me was just below that, just below county administrator, it says salaries, wages, other expenses. Then it says secretarial help, salaries and wages. Now, is that secretarial help, salary and wages not part of the county administrator? Or
We can provide you with the detail for each of those line items that show exactly what's included in that. Yes.
Secretarial help, that's the Freeholders secretarial help. That's a separate department.
The secretarial help, the line item 2201109 for $96,100. That's for the freeholders or for all the freeholders?
All the freeholders.
All right. Okay.
Time.
Thank you, Mr. Daly.
If I
Okay.
may,
You're welcome.
if I may, Mr. Director. Mr. Daly, I would like to comment that as far as I'm concerned, this also is part of the evaluation process of where we make a decision on Mr. Polomina's performance. And I think Middlesex County is in a luxurious position where we have a former freeholder, a former councilman, a former executive with a major corporation, and I think his performance is outstanding, and he runs county government like a business, and I think we've become more efficient under his leadership as business administrator. So that's my position, why I feel that it's important that we reappoint Mr. Polomina.
And I believe this also, I didn't mention this before, the administrative code outlines his duties and responsibilities. Thank you. Anybody else from the public?
Motion to close?
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. Any freeholder wish to have any resolution removed and voted on separately? I have two, I know that.
Yes, there are two exclusions for the director, Resolution 12-1507 and Resolution 12-1585 are to be removed from the consent agenda and voted on separately due to conflicts that Director Ruffano has.
Okay, we need a motion to adopt the consent resolution.
So moved.
Or agenda. He's got to read the motion.
A motion is in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 12-1408 through 12-1601, excluding Resolution 12-1501 to be held, and excluding Resolutions 12-1507 and 12-1585 due to Freeholder Director Ruffano's conflicts.
Okay, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Ruffano.
Yes.
Director, now would be appropriate to vote on the two resolutions that were excluded due to your conflicts, excluding your vote. That would be Resolutions 12-1507 and Resolution 12-1585.
Any motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett Belante,
Yes.
Freeholder Polos,
Yes.
Freeholder Rios,
Yes.
Freeholder Valente,
Yes.
Freeholder Director Ruffano.
Present, not voting. Yes, okay. At this point in time, I'd like to open up the meeting for public discussion on any item.
Roger Daly, 103 Farms Road Circle, Republican candidate for Freeholder. One, I would like to suggest that when the freeholders have a conflict, sit out there. I would like to know what the conflict is, because I think that's important information for the public to actually have. So I would ask that they adopt a procedure so we know what actually the conflict is. The second is that Freeholder Deputy Director Rios mentioned about the streamlining of county getting documents and things, and I think that's a good idea. But I have trouble getting the monthly human resource report, and Dennis is pretty good to give it to me a couple minutes before the meeting starts. But it's just not enough time for me to really take a look at it and thoughtful. So hopefully with this new system we'll be able to get that. I know, is that part? Freeholder Rios, is that going to be part of it, where I could get and see what actually is going on? Because 5 or 10 minutes over a substantial thing is pretty difficult. I know I may appear very, very bright and intelligent, but it's not enough time.
Well, as you know, from a procedural standpoint, after the agenda meeting on Mondays, the board goes into executive session to review all HR matters. And once that is done, obviously, and until that's done, the information isn't finalized usually to either the Wednesday or the Thursday of the meeting. So it's not due to a system deficiency, but it's more the process of ensuring that the freeholders have properly evaluated any HR information before it's released to the public.
Well, I guess I would just ask you that perhaps you try to streamline that a little bit, because there's a lot going on, and there's just not enough time to get it before the meeting. I would like to comment and request, at least, my question to the Freeholder Board is the recent report audit of the Middlesex County Improvement Authority has created quite a stir in the county and perhaps throughout the state. Now, so the record's clear, when I was a freeholder, I objected to it was created just before I became a freeholder, but I objected to the development of the Improvement Authority because my concerns was that it would become another layer of a bureaucratic government, and I've listening to the audit or reading the audit report, I think that's exactly what has happened. But I guess I'm sure that all of the freeholders have read this report, and I guess what I'm asking the freeholders is, one, I would request that you make some kind of public statement about what you think of the audit. I know Mayor Pucci has made a statement, which I've responded to in the newspaper, and but I think this Freeholder Board has a responsibility and a duty to respond to that audit about these bonuses and about the attorney that's been getting pension funds and health benefits over an extended period of time, which I don't think she's really entitled to, but they're going to investigate that further, I guess. But I think this board has a responsibility. I realize it's an independent authority, and you've appointed the commissioners that that sit there and do that. But nonetheless, I believe it's brought a black mark on the county for some of those, especially the bonuses. I mean, those bonuses are just, I've never seen where government officials get those type of bonuses. And I'm telling you, it's unacceptable to me as a citizen of this county, but I want to see what this Freeholder Board has to say and what they're going to do. Perhaps they should maybe ask for the resignations of some of these commissioners who just sort of rubber stamped these type of excessive expenditures. And there's a lot of other stuff in the audit that troubles me, even about Mayor Pucci's understanding about how much money they've saved at Roosevelt Hospital. I had Roosevelt Hospital on my committee, and it was not $18 million when he took over the Roosevelt Hospital. So unless, of course, I wasn't being told what really was going on, which I wouldn't be surprised that happened. But I'm just telling you, there's things in that report, his response, that are factually inaccurate. So I want to hear from this board. I'll give you some time if you want to respond now, but I think at some point this board should make a public statement about these excesses at the Improvement Authority, and tell the citizens of our county, well, maybe you agree with Mayor Pucci. Maybe you think that's good government to go from one employee to 600 and from $37,000 to $600 million in debt. Maybe you think that's good. If you think that's good, that's fine. But you should make a statement about that and say what you
Time.
If that's what you're going to do, you should do that. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Daly. Anyone else from the public?
Motion to close.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. A motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Deputy Director Rios, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.